What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Super Barber Samson, with another video. Hey, check this out. This video is called Rise and Fall of a Barber. The reason why, I'm not going to tell you yet, but this video, the haircut that I'm doing is like a little tutorial. One of my best clients. I love taking care of him. This is one of my A-list clients, top dollar clients that I take care of all the time when he come in the shop. I bless him. He gets he gets the temper tape, low haircut, beard. He gets his beard service, and he's somebody who I take an hour or more on his haircut because that's what he pays me for. He pays me to give him that top service that he's looking for. All right. But on another note, somewhere in the video, I ain't gonna tell y'all where in the video. If you could guess where it's at, maybe just put it in the comments. But somewhere in the video, while I'm cutting his hair, I reached over to pick up a pair of scissors or something, and the chair slipped from up under me. Yes, it is crazy hilarious. Hey, just stick around for the video. I ain't gonna tell you where it's at in the video. Just watch the video and you're gonna see it for yourself. Let me know how funny you think it is. Let me know in the comments what you think about me falling, busting my blank did it blank. All right, let's go. Let's go. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Super Barber Samson with another video. Yo, this is far the most hilarious video that I had so far. Well, before we get into that, we're gonna start out with this temper tape. This gentleman comes to me on a regular. Another one of my great clients. He comes in. Sometimes I go on a bus to cut his hair, and then sometimes he comes into the shop. Let me explain something to y'all. Let me learn y'all something, right? So my clients come and see me. I call them my A-list clients. My A-list clients. My A-list clients come to me, and they literally when they come to me, whether they usually pay me the same amount of money as if I was on a bus, as if I was in a shop. Does that make sense? So I have $150 clients. They will come in, and and ever since I started cutting them on a bus, they pay me the same thing in the shop. And the service that I give them, and then sometimes these are the same clients that sometimes that, if they don't pay me, right, they pay me so much anyhow that these are the clients that be like, hey man, I'll get you next time, but man, don't worry about it, it's on me. These are those type of clients. These are the clients that you take care of regardless of anything, that you almost like stop what you're doing because you see that phone call. When they call you, you need to answer it or you need to send a text back. But my man right here, when he texts me or call me, and if I see it and I miss it, I'm like, damn, because I know he's a busy person. And I also know that he's calling for the specific reason of him needing a haircut, right? And so again, as I say over and over again, I'm not doing anything extravagant unless it comes to his beard. Like, his beard is his love. He loves his beard. So I got to make sure I take care of my man's beard. If I don't take care of his beard, we're going to have a problem, right? So what I do right here is I simply I give him a temper tape, high taper in the back. So it's almost like a fade all the way around, but it stops like right at the top of the ear. And this is something that he likes. This is something I've been giving him for the last few years. And he just loves this haircut. And he's like, man, I'm not going to change. That's it. That's what I want. And So what people said, that may be his only option. Nah, that's not his only option. He could get it cut low. He could get it cut bald. He could let it grow out. He could do whatever he want to do. He has a decent hair pattern, so I like his hair pattern. But here again, what I was telling you guys, I'm so used to how he gets his hair cut that it becomes so easy and it becomes so simple. If you see, like, his colic stretches around on the crown of his head and it just goes round and round. And so when I first started cutting his hair, I was like, man, why is his hair going this way and going that way? And I'm thinking maybe he brushes it a certain way, and I thought that, but it's just the way his hair grows. And so you got to learn. And if you see, like, right on the right behind that right ear, if the fade is below that, you're gonna see like a dark spot, because that's just the way his skull pattern, the way the pattern is of his head and his skull. And so I had to learn those certain things in order to give him the top quality haircut that he wants. And so I didn't learn it overnight. After the first couple of times I cut his hair, I realized, probably the first time, I was paying attention, very close attention, figuring out, okay, if I fade this hair at the regular fade. So in other words, if you do a ball fade all the way around, right? If he wants a drop fade, right? That part right there, that right behind the ear, you see a shadow, right? So in the fade, it will look darker. Like, for some reason, it would look like as if as if the way I cut it, I left more hair than the rest. And if you look at it now, it looks like that, right behind the ear. So what I learned to do is I learned how to go inside that area and cut it just a little bit lighter, so it doesn't give off that shade, if that makes sense. It doesn't give off that shade. And so I blend it into the rest, and it gives the whole haircut a even look, right? So this is what I was telling you guys before. I'm sorry for the in and out focus. I just got my new camera arm to give you guys a better look, and I got to learn the focus of it and the different angles. This is the first video I'm taking with this new camera arm that I have. So like I was saying, like, even at the very top of his head, you will see, like, the way his crown is. Like, I didn't really cut that part yet, and he is thinning a little bit. But what I usually do, I cut around that, or I'll take the notches. The notches will be a little bit different than the rest of the hair. Like, so like, the notch will be closed on one side or around that area, and then I will use my ergos. I will use it open around that spot, and it will be open. It'll be open inside the spot, and then be closed around that spot. If that makes any sense. What I'm saying to you is that, say if you have a pair of Anders clippers, if you have it closed, you cut around the spot, and then when you get in that spot, you cut open. It doesn't matter to him whether it's against the grain. If his hair was a little thicker, I would probably go with the grain. But with him, I go with, just to kind of play around with it, just to see, just to get the look that he wants, right? And so that's important, that you also ask your clients, do you prefer me going with the grain or against the grain? You tell me, right? And so that's important, because a lot of clients, some clients want you to only go with the grain. And if you go only with the grain, you have to be prepared to really be prepared to cut with that grain. And so this gentleman, man, I love cutting his beard, because he has a beard similar to mine, not like mine, but similar to mine, where how he wants his beard shaped. He always want a tight shape up. The very top where I'm cutting right now, and I'm currently I'm just simply creating a canvas. Like I always tell you guys, I'm creating a canvas. Before I put the razor on it, I would take my clippers and I would just create a canvas. I would create the shape. I would clean up under his neck. Under his neck is not really important because we don't want him to bump up too much. So he bumps up very easy. So you see I'm using the blade kind of like very, very, very meticulous when it comes under the neck, because I don't like to see my clients with bumps under their neck, especially if they're coming back to me every week or every other week or whatever. I want to make sure their neck is clean. And some people say, well, I want a clean razor, and that's fine if you want the clean razor shave and everything. If you getting a whole cut razor, but when you'll see, like when he literally like stands up, or I'm not stand up, but look straight up, you will not be able to see under his neck. Like if you're looking under his neck, then you looking for something else. Alright? So I just clean it up just so it could look clean, look good, not nothing too harsh on his skin. So you have to be careful, because if you see he has a few little like dried out bumps or whatever, but it's nothing major, and it'll probably go away in a couple days. But that's just the way a lot of African American skin is. The way our skin work is that you can't put anything and everything on it. When it comes to Caucasian skin, you could throw the razor, you could throw the blade on it, but you got to make sure it's lathered up so you don't cut them, right? Because their skin is much more thin than African Americans. It's just a fact, right? So their skin, you touch it with a razor, you'll cut right through it. So you got to make sure their skin is lathered up. African American skin is a little bit more thicker, and you have to make sure their skin is lathered up, not for the purpose of just cutting them, but for the purpose of making sure that the hair is so much thicker than Caucasian skin, so it's harder to cut. So always remember that Caucasian skin, that hair is going to come off with the blade like butter, right? As long as you lather it up, as long as you wet that skin, once that blade hit the skin, that hot, not the hot blade, but once that hot towel is on the skin for however long over time, it's going to be great. Right? But when it comes to African American, you got to make sure the hair is so much like, so basically you use the same amount of hot towel time that you would use with anybody on your clients, just so whether the hair is thicker or whether the hair is finer. If the hair is finer, then probably the skin is thinner, right? So you want that when you want the skin, at the end of the day, you want the skin to be flawless. You don't want to be nicking them all the time, and nicks come with the job. You're gonna cut off a pimple, a bump. You're gonna cut off an imperfection in their hair. There's something is gonna happen, especially in your barber life. Is something is gonna happen sooner or later. I don't care how great you shave and how you can be the best person for the job. It doesn't even matter. You see, I'm blowing them off, but I wanted to, as I was talking to you earlier in the video, I'm about to put this hot towel on this guy, but I really wanted to share with you guys, man. So this is the first time over 30 years, I never really fell inside of a barbershop, especially while clients are inside the shop. So here we go. I'm good. I'm good. Oh my God, I got the can. Yeah. Go ahead. Bust my ass, bro. Get that on the can, man. That boy OG don't bust it. Bust my ass. No, no. Good. Yeah, big viral. That'll be viral. Alright. Now y'all got your laughs off. Let's get back to the cut. Yo, that was so hilarious, man. After I showed my family and my peoples, man, they listened. They was like torn down. They was like, what? They laughed so hard. I kept replaying the tape and was like, and so basically the chair just left from up under me. Like when I was reaching over, you guys know I have a bad knee, bad motorcycle accident years ago. So it's hard for me to stand for a long amount of time. But anyhow, getting back to the haircut, when I say literally, I literally can't believe. I think his daughter's over there talking to somebody on the phone, probably telling their mom, like, Samson just fell. I don't know. But yo, let's get back to this cut, bro. So you see, like, after I already gave him the canvas, after I already built the canvas and building the canvas like it's like a sketch with the trimmers. It's like a sketch with this client right here. And so I literally just give him a canvas, and then I don't have to go hard in his blade because he gets a little enhancement, right? So I don't have to put the blade so hard. And the reason why is because when you put the blade hard against the skin, like hard to make a sharp line, what happens is you take the hairline back regardless, right? I don't care how good you cut, you take the hairline back unless you're going to keep it with a light hairline. And so what I do is I go on that light hairline area and I just clean them up. I put the enhancement on them. That usually lasts them about anywhere from 3 to 4 days, right? And that's all I do. Simple. This for me, this is it's a simple cut, but this is a beard. The beard service is more the beard service is more meticulous than the hair service, right? So I don't know if you saw earlier how I was shaping up the beard. He gets his beard shaped in a certain way. I usually take the from the top of the beard on down, it's like a 2, and then I fade it down, and I just use his natural jawline to come on out to give the shape of the beard. So in other words, I don't keep the clipper against his face when I'm cutting it down. I kind of like let it just go straight out and don't follow the contour of his jawline, because if I do that, he's gonna have a low beard all the way around. If you can see the beard, and you can see what I'm doing right here, I'm kind of coloring in with the temporary hairspray, thanks to 245, but I'm kind of coloring in the light areas of his hair, and it's no different, bro. Yo, it's no different than somebody getting their hair dyed, right? I get people that come in and dye their hair every single day, right? They come in there and like, I want this color, I want this tint, I want this, I want that, right? And so for all y'all who be like, oh man, he's coloring his hair. Yeah, I'm coloring his hair. I'm coloring in to give him the look that he wants, right? And it's called a service, right? So he literally does not have to tell me what he wants unless he wants something new. And 9 times out of 10, he'll say one time, hey, I want the beard a little lower. Hey, the beard is getting out of hand. Hey, this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that. You didn't see it, but you'll see while I'm going to the other side to handle the rest of his beard. So if we, I always like giving you guys free 99 game, right? The reason I do this is because right now I'm in school to be an instructor. And I should have did it 20 years ago, right? But right now, what I see at so many different places, so many different schools, as the biggest flaw is uh, students coming out of school being unprepared, having no clue. I mean, there was one time that I cut with this young lady, and she came to work, and she was like, "I never cut anybody for real in a barbershop before." I'm like, "What?" So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make the process easier for you. I'm trying to make sure that when you get in the shop, you are not like panicking, right? I'm trying to get you to the place where when you get in the shop, that it's going to be much easier and take a lot of that pressure off of you so you can do what you need to do as a professional barber. Because if I can alleviate 10% of that pressure, guess what? You're going to be good. You're going to get better. You're going to get better and better and better. And you're going to get more knowledgeable. You're going to be able to understand how the barbershop works. You're going to understand how clients work. And so that's why I'm giving you this knowledge. Like a lot of times people say, well, I just want to learn the tutorials. But, you know, the truth is you're not going to really learn anything unless you actually standing by that chair or getting by that chair and cutting hair and actually doing the job, right? So if you're not doing that job, guess what? You're going to still be anxious and trying to figure out, am I going to do a good job, right? And so here you go. This is a simple temper tape with a beard service, right? And that's it. And it's a simple beard service. But, you know, hey, hit that bell, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and let's get it. See y'all next time. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Let's go!